Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Laura Canfield Show, the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And I'm so excited. Today we have a brand new guest, another brand new guest today on the show, Iona Flores. And she's going to be talking to us today about activating your God codes within to manifest any reality, health, wealth, career, divine partner, and life purpose. And Iona is going to be doing some mini healing sessions with the live callers. We're going to be doing a group healing activation with light beings. And basically, Iona is going to be helping the masses wake up to their divine birthright. So get ready, get prepared. You definitely want to, have some water handy or something to drink, get relaxed. And, for me, this is a really important and special call because it's like, I love meeting new guests, new speakers, new healers who are, doing this wonderful work. And, for me, it's about supporting you and being the best version of you, living your greatest life with ease, joy, and love, and to live, fully in your sovereignty and your power with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. And so, a lot of times, there's a lot of stuff going on. So today, with Iona's help, we're going to receive some activations. We're going to do some clearings and, who knows, right? So be open, take some notes, grab a piece of paper and a pen, take some notes, and be fully present as you can be. So try not to do too much multitasking, but try and be fully present here so that you can experience this fully, okay, for yourself. So, for those of you who don't know Iona, she is a Karuna Reiki master, a quantum healer, and a new life coach. And she works with the archangels, the ascended masters, star beings, and magical creatures. She uses colors, frequencies, patterns, vibrations, crystals, and sound healing. And she heals all emotional, mental, and physical pain in your bodies through all aspects of you in all dimensions, times, and spaces. Your mental, emotional, physical, astral, and spiritual bodies through all timelines and realities that are all happening now. And she clears all negative programs, old tapes playing, limited thought patterns, generational ancestral programming, genetic lineage, balancing your masculine and feminine energies, all chambers of your heart, the father and mother healing, past lives healing, inner child healing, and so much more. So I'm going to be, we don't know what exactly we're going to do today because we never know. It's always in the moment, but it is always for your highest and best good. So please join me in welcoming Iona Flores to the show. Iona, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me, and everyone on the call, thank you for being here because everyone's needed to come together with that energy. So I'm excited.
Awesome. Me
Always
too.
Excited.
And so I know people are going to be asking, yes, we're going to be taking live caller questions. So you will be able to raise your hand or put your question in the chat, but we're going to do that in a little bit. Okay, we're not right off the top. So give us just a few minutes to get to know Iona, and then we'll let you know when it's time. So Iona, because this is the first time that you're on our show, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started on this journey, how you became a quantum healer, a Karuna Reiki master, etc., and what are you doing specifically with your clients, just generally?
So I've always been, I wouldn't say fully awake, but, as a child, having imaginary friends, being very imaginative, working in, I didn't know what I was doing because I was just playing, right? And so as an adult, you start to relearn what you did as a child, because then I started to cut myself off from I always had an imagination, but I started to want to be like a people pleaser to my husband, having children, and just became, a mother. And so I was working on a job that I liked working there, but I was there for 7 years. I did accounting, but I felt like I was stuck in a box, right? And I am far from being in a box, And so it was good money and everything, but I was just like, why am I here? Why am I working at this job? Like, what am I supposed to be doing? I started asking questions, and my angels were guiding me. So I get chills in my body. And I would start looking online. I was like, what's Reiki? What's Karuna Reiki? What's this? What's that? And then I started to go down the rabbit hole, and it was amazing. And I started going to different, classes and learning things. And I said, this is what I love to do. I could do this without even getting paid because I'm playing, I'm having fun. I feel like a kid, and I just want to be happy, and I want to be in the moment. And so when I started asking for healing, because I knew that I was an adult child in a dysfunctional family, I tried to be the mom, caretaker. And then I realized that I put everyone in front of me. And so I realized I have to, the reason why I'm not happy is because I'm not doing what I want to do. I'm trying to do everything everyone else is telling me what to do. And I'm super confused. I don't want to be confused anymore. And so the energy in my house was, mom was very fearful, worried. She was in the Korean War when she was little, so she had a lot of trauma. And my dad, he's an alcoholic, but he stopped drinking 30 years ago. So he was very calm, but there was a lot of fighting in the house with my mom. And I always say, if you watch a Korean drama, you know what I'm talking about. And so it was just a lot of chaos, and me being an empath, super sensitive, me being clairsentient, clairaudient, and having all these friends, in the house trying to help me and taking care of my sister. I have an identical twin, and my older brother's 14 months older. I just said, if I don't do something to heal myself, we always say we turn into our parents. And I said, I don't want that program. I need to delete all of this. I need to move forward on my evolution of my soul. And so I started realizing the more that I started to focus on myself and do inner work healing and loving myself again, because I didn't love myself. I would take the wrong path, and everyone always tell me, why are you going the hard way? Well, I had to learn this to have compassion for others, because you can't get this knowledge from a book. This is life experience, hard knocks. And so I chose all that before I decided to come here in this human body, because I know I'm not this human body. My human name's Iona, but I know I'm not this. This is just my flesh. This is my touchstone to this reality. So I just enjoy what I do. So with clients, I take you on a journey. We go to the astral realms. We meet our galactic star families, because a lot of us are star seeds, indigos, crystal children, rainbow children. There's a lot of hybrids. There's a lot of our kids. My kids are awakened already. I look at my son for inner peace, and I look at him. If I'm having a bad day, I'm like, Andrew, look at me. And his eyes, just the energy that's coming through it. And he always hugs me and says he loves me. And my daughter is very like me with the elemental nature energy. When she's in school, she's not in school. She checked out. She's somewhere else. And so everyone, tomorrow, we're going on a field trip. We're going to go hiking. And I said, we're going to actually go to school outdoors. So I am calling her in sick, and my son, and we're going to go take a nature walk and do fun stuff like that. Because I just feel like, I don't want them to lose their, creativity. So I totally support my children and everything they do, because they're the leaders here, right? They're teaching us life experience too. So it's amazing. And I'm so happy that I'm living my life. I'm living my dream life. And I would never want to go backwards, because once you go forwards and once you're open, you cannot go backwards.
I know sometimes we're like, oh, can I just stop this? Can I just get a break for a little bit? Let me go back to what I used to do. And then just the thought of that is like, it's like, why would you want to go backwards? Do you not remember what you were like then? Don't you remember what your life was like then? This is so much better, so it's like, no, let's just stay here. Let's just keep moving forward. It's all good. But a lot of us do experience that, because I have like, it's so uncanny. Our stories are almost similar. My mom's not from North Korea or Korea, but my parents, it's same dynamics anyways. And it's just interesting, because once we do start to choose for ourselves, instead of doing everything for everybody else, once we start to live our life on our terms, life shifts dramatically, right?
Yes.
And then it's about continuing to choose. Sometimes we can get a little bit lost, but like always, it's always about listening to your own guidance, listening to your intuition, listening to your guides, asking those questions and continuing to move forward, right?
Yes.
So today, like I said, we're talking about, activating our God codes within to manifest any reality. And I know a lot of people are like, probably like curious. It's like, well, because like I've been trying to manifest this all my life and it hasn't worked. I've been trying to manifest this all my life. It hasn't worked. So how can activating our God codes really help us to manifest what we desire?
So there's blocks that we all have, right? We imprison ourselves through this, because everyone's trying to be on the hamster wheel. Everyone's trying to analytically solve the problem. It doesn't work here. So I always tell clients, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to your higher self. So go sit on your timeout chair over there, get your ego out of the way, your mind space out of the way, and let's drop our consciousness into our heart, because your heart's your star portal. Your imagination is creation energy. And once we start to clear those blocks that have to happen from your chakras, past lives, programming, if we think about all the marketing and programs are coming on, if you buy this, you'll be happy. If you live in this big house, you'll be happy. If you marry that guy, you're going to be happy. If you drive this car, you'll feel great. If you buy these clothes and where you live, it has nothing to do with that. We've been programmed. So happiness is not external, it's internal. So, a lot of us don't like to look in the mirror. I don't love myself. And we talk about a story. My life sucks. I live here and this is happening. I don't have enough money, blah, 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 blah. And so, because you're on the hamster wheel again, right? You're creating that reality. And if people would just realize, snap out of it, right? If you stop telling that story, I know it's what is, but it's not future, and right now is the only moment. So those are happening simultaneously. So it's already happening in the future. So I tell clients, if you didn't have to worry about money, because everyone's worried about money. If you didn't have to worry about money, how's it going to happen? I'm scared. I don't know. I can't see the whole picture, because we want everything now, and we want to see everything now before we take that leap of faith. But knowing that your star families are here, the angels, the masters, you can be a walking master here on earth. But first you got to clear the fear program. I'm not worthy program. I'm scared to be seen. I'm going to fail. I'm going to succeed. There's so many things that are up here that aren't even real, but you're listening to it. You're listening to the insanity, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I drop your consciousness down there, and then I ask them, because your words are very powerful, but we don't think we're powerful. Well, I know I am now, but I used to not think I was, right? Because it's like, oh, you know, we're taught that think about when you're a little kid. I used to run around with a cape on. I could do anything. I wasn't scared to jump off the second story. I was a tomboy. I wasn't scared of anything until my mom's like, oh no, don't do that. You're going to get hurt. You know, and everything was like fear, worried. You're going to get hurt. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. Stop doing that. You're being too loud. Everything was like, no. And so I started to shut down. I'm like, I didn't feel like I was good enough, because everything I did would upset my mom, or she's scared. And I just wanted to please her. So I shut down Iona. I shut down my brightness. I shut down my innocence. I shut down everything that was me to do everything else someone else wanted me to do. And then I realized I wasn't happy. So that's the thing, is we are powerful creators. If we would just look at ourselves in the mirror and talk to our higher self through our eyes and our God consciousness. Everyone says, well, I don't know how to connect to my higher self. It's through breath work. It's through meditation. It's through silence, right? A lot of times a good time to meditate, good thoughts come in, if you guys notice, is when you're in the shower. You know why? Because you're washing off negative toxins. And if you put crystals in there too, if you lay in the bathtub and you put crystals in there and you lay in the water and you start to visualize, we're like snowflakes, right? So whatever you're saying to your body, it's listening to you. So if you say, oh, I'm stupid, or I'm weak, or I don't know what I'm doing, and you're again, talking like this, it's nothing. It's just words. It's not just words, but so if you're in the water, right, I'll do that. I'll sit in meditation. I'll close my eyes and I'll play some soft music in the background that doesn't have words, but just tones, like frequencies, right? Harmonics, solfeggio harmonics, different tones. And I'll lay in the water, and then I'll just start visualizing my life. It's like you're back in the womb. What do you want to create? You're back in the womb. You're in that water. Your body's made of mostly water, and you're vibrating that frequency. And if you start to sing in the water, think about that frequency. If you start to speak your words into creation, you're starting to manifest that. So I like to use my sounding bowls, because that puts people in a meditative state. And I also talk fast, because a lot of clients tell me, well, why do you talk so fast? Because you're trying to process up here, and I talk so fast that you cannot understand me, and that's good, because then I'm talking to your higher self, which knows everything. It's all knowing. Your higher self has all your knowledge from every past life you ever lived. Multiple realities are happening right now, so you can tune into your galactic self. You can tune into past life selves where you were a painter, where you were, a mathematician, where you were a cook, a singer, whatever it is, whatever you want to call forward in this life. But you also have to be clear about what you want to manifest, because the universe doesn't know what you want to manifest. If you say, okay, I want to do this, no, I'm back to that, and you're all over the board, the universe doesn't know what to do. So you got to really be careful about your thoughts, not beating yourself if you have a negative thought, but knowing that if you have a negative thought, you have 17 seconds to change it into a positive thought, and you can start to create that into your reality. So my activations are for 30 days, because I can't give everything at one time, so it's going to blow your mind, right? So it's like, we do it in layers as we release, and clients even listen to it after 30 days, because you might hear something years from now that you weren't ready to hear, at the time of your session. So it's an amazing thing, and I'm not doing it. I go sit on my timeout chair. It's my higher self. It's my God consciousness. I go up to the Stargate. We go through the quantum space, the field of all possibilities, and I work with our I am presences, which everyone has one. I'm not special. I'm just like you. I just learned how to find myself again. So that's the thing, is we just have fear that's not even real. So once we clear all that and start to know that you can create any reality, and the finances, money will come in, the universe will start to work for you, not against you, because you're the one working against you when you say negative things to yourself. So we got to be kinder to each other and to ourselves. Most of all, we got to forgive ourselves for anything you did in the past. That's what's holding you back.
Absolutely. Oh, thank you. And so, we're going to be taking some live caller questions today. So how do you clear the energy blocks from the callers? I'm assuming that's part of what we're going to be doing today, right?
Yes. So I just channel. So I channel with the higher beings, because I'm not doing it. I'm here. Yes, you see me, but I'm not really here, right? So I go to the galactic space and I bring in different, whoever wants to come in, I'll just start channeling. So I hear information coming in this way, and it's like they're telling a story. So I hear it, and I also visualize it in my inner imagination, just like what I did as a child. So I leave my body every night. We all do. I remember coming back, because I'll fly back in my body, and then I'll be like, whoa. And I'm like asking them, can I have a softer landing next time? Because I'll be like jolted back in. And I go to different sacred sites and I just ask them. They know I'm very open, I'm playful, I'm imaginative, and using your imagination is how you get there. And I've done this as a kid, and I just had to try to explain it as an adult because I'm like, what do? I don't know. I just do it. And so once you start to ask them, they can't step in unless you ask for permission, because we're here on Earth, but we're also in other galactic spaces. We're also in the past, and we're also in the future. We're living multiple realities, you know. And so pretty amazing how that happens, right? And we all have, well, I'll do it in activation. I don't want to spoil it now, but a lot of you who are seers will see all the stuff coming in. A lot of you are feelers will feel the information, clear knowing, you'll know what's happening, clear audience, you'll hear things. And once we bring in the beings of light, you're just gonna know. And a lot of people have also done stargates, you know, and have the sacred geometry, because we're all made of, everything is made of sacred geometry. So
Absolutely.
that's where we go, is to where you go back home. We go back to our star homes.
Yes, I love it. And that's the thing. It's like when we do go back home, even if it's for a little while, it's so nurturing and refreshing and rejuvenating, and it gives you this sense of peace and home and oneness. Right? And more. And more.
And they're all here. They're all here now, and they're all here. You know, seers can see stuff. You know, Mount Shasta is amazing with the whole spaceships, UFOs. That stuff's real, you know. And so I've had a lot of friends who've seen them. I haven't had yet. I saw one that kind of was like, because they hide inside the clouds, but they're also around everywhere. They're not just in Mount Shasta. You don't have to go all the way to Mount Shasta physically. You can go there through an astral journey. You can go there through listening to meditations, you know, because we leave our bodies when we go on these journeys, because you're taking your astral and spiritual self with you. Because, you know, us light workers and healers don't like to be in our bodies, but to manifest here on Earth, you do have to be inside your bodies, you know, so we check it back in to be here and do whatever we want to create. And that's why we're here, is to create, to have fun, to play, to help one another, to love one another, to be of service, and just all come together to realize that we're not even these bodies, that we are all pieces of God creation, that God created us, and everyone's different, and we all have an imprint. No one has the same fingerprint. I always say this because I'm an identical twin. My sister and I do not have the same fingerprint, and we're different. And but we love to do work together too. So we just play all the time. You know, I see white clouds coming in, like energy, and I just have never grown up, and that's why I think it's really easy to manifest, because we have to stop being so serious and realize that just helping one another, being of service, being loving, being kind, really connecting in with our children. Get off our phone. I know we're on the phone right now. This is different. But to get off our phones and to really soul connect and gaze into your loved one's eyes, to gaze into your animal's eyes, your children's eyes, strangers' eyes, anyone, because they're not really a stranger. We all know one another because we're all God. We are all godlike creators having a human experience, but we are all God. God's not separate. That's why I always say, when you pray, you go within. When you're with nature, God shows himself in all different ways, because it's everything. Everything.
Absolutely.
So you are everything.
Yeah, exactly. I was just having an experience a little while ago when I was meditating, and I was having this wonderful experience, and I'm like, oh, I can't stay too long because I have to get ready for my call. You know, so it's like, okay, I'll come back later. But I was having just such a wonderful experience, you know, and it was like, you know, it's like, wow, you know, and that's the thing. It's like, you can have that, you know, for yourself anytime you want. You just have to connect within you. You have to realize that you're not separate from God. You are God. And when you're in that, you know, in that state of being God, you know, all the other stuff kind of just fades away. It's so irrelevant, you know, it's not important at all. And so I love being in that space, but I know that I have to come back in order to live in this reality, you know, and function here and manifest here. So one of the things, you know, or a lot of things for me, especially in my family, we have a lot of, you know, family patterns. And I know, like, for the past couple of years, 10 years, etc. It's like, I don't want to be like my mom. I don't want to be like my dad. I can see that happening. I don't want that, you know. And so I've been consciously choosing, you know, different, you know, from my family and my and my parents especially. But I know that I'm still affected by that, you know. And the more you resist, the more it persists, you know. And I hear myself sometimes saying the same things that my mom has said to my daughter, you know. Or my daughter will say something that I have said. It's like, ooh, it's going down the line, right? So how can we break family patterns and cycles so that our future generations, our children, have a better chance of creating their life with ease? My daughter's doing fantastic. My son, not as much, but my daughter's doing great. You know, it's like she's totally on the ball. It's like amazing. My son, he's better than I was for sure. You know, some of the kids are better than I was. But I still, you know, would like to clear more of those patterns so that, you know, as they continue going forward, they have more ease. You know, every parent wants that for their children. They, you know, we don't want our children to make the same mistakes or have the same experiences that we did. We want them to have more joy, more fun, more ease, more everything, right?
Mm-hmm. So I realized, because I was always trying to change and fix everybody else, it doesn't work that way, because we can't control, or my type A personality, the human Iona wants to try to do that, right? It doesn't work that way, because I would try to say, why can't this happen with my mom? And I started, you know, doing my healing work with my mom and talking to her, but sometimes people aren't fully conscious of what they're doing, and they chose to do that. So when I'm trying to bang my head against the wall, like I'm trying to help mom, I can't. So I said, I just can only help myself and heal my relationship with myself and my daughter, because I need to break that pattern. I don't want the same thing. And I'm already noticing shifts though, because when I stopped to try to do the thing with my mom and focus on myself and what I need to change within me, because I still do the patterns. And then when I notice it now, right? I'm like, oh wait, you're doing that again, or you just sound like mom there. You know, and there's good qualities about my mom too. It's not just, you know, the worry or fear. I try to get her out and move her into her heart space, because my mom's a healer too. She's a medium. She has emerald green energy, and she's very loving, and animals and children love her. And she used to, good memories was of her singing to the plants and everything like that. She has just that energy, that aura, and that playfulness. That's where I got from my mom, that creativity. So there's those qualities. Just when I had the worry and fear, I'm like, oh, stop it. And so with my daughter, I do a lot of soul gazing with her. We lay in bed and we talk, we cuddle. And I always give her a voice, because when I was a child, I didn't have a voice. So that's a big thing, is noticing when you look at your history and your childhood, there's a repeat pattern with things. And then you think about, well, what were the programs that I used to hear as a child? What was I not able to do? How was I not able to express myself? Because we shut down because of something. We were told something. So for me as a kid, I was told, you talk too much, you're loud, I'm tired. But then I realized as an adult, you know, we have programs from age 0 to 7. So as an adult, I was like, I'm annoying, I talk too much, I'm too loud, I'm too fast. And it hurt for a while, because I'm an empath. It really hurt me, and I felt like I wasn't good enough for my mother. But then I realized, Iona, she worked a lot. She was tired. She had to cook after. She was busy. She didn't mean it that way. That's how she expressed herself. But she didn't mean that you're annoying, or, you know, don't talk too much, or this or that. That's just how Asians talk. Sometimes they're abrupt. Not all Asians, I'm sorry, I'm not going to say that. But my mother, that's how she talks. She's more abrupt and just to the point. And I noticed I'm kind of like that too sometimes, because when I hear my daughter talk, I'm like, do I sound like that? Because she kind of sounds a little bit like that too. And so the only thing I could do is change how I react to situations and think about things. And with me and my daughter, just paying attention to them more and doing things with them. Because before, when I was not, you know, as healthy or more selfish with myself, I wasn't paying attention to my kids. So I'm growing and evolving. I tell my kids, I talk very openly with them, and I tell them I didn't have a manual about kids, and we're all different. We grew up in dysfunctional families. So I'm trying the best I can, but know that even though I look like an adult to you, I am still a child in this body learning, and I'm never going to grow up. So, you know, just bear with me. And my kids love me because I'm very honest with them, and I tell them I don't know all the answers. You know, I try to help, but they know they can feel my love, because I love my kids with all my heart. And I teach the tools that I've learned. So I taught them how to do Reiki, their level 2, and I'm going to teach them how to do the mastership in Karuna Reiki, because I want to help them with the world, and I know that I need to leave my legacy somehow. And my imprint is to teach the most valuable gift is not things or possessions, our children. They were gifted to us from God. I've seen my children before they're born, and I threw that away for a long time. And thinking about it, I'm 43 now, and I'm realizing how precious my kids are. You know, but for a while I was stuck in the whole rat race, and, you know, I need this, I need that to be happy. And then I realized I didn't need that. So I started changing very drastically when my daughter was 4, my son was 2. I went through a divorce. Not saying everyone needs to do that, but I went through a divorce, and it really changed my life, because learning modalities, learning how to heal myself, I realized that I'm not in the right relationship. This is not a 5D relationship. I don't want to be in this, but I thank him for the lessons, because we both had our parts in the relationship. We both had that contract together. But I know that there's higher dimensional relationships. A lot of twin flames are coming together, a lot of soulmates, a lot of 5th dimensional and higher energies that are coming forward to help with the whole new world order. New retreat centers that a lot of, you know, clients are building, new systems for schooling. Like this is all happening, you know, like the healthier forms of eating. A lot of light workers are moving they're being called to different locations, and they're moving there, right? So I'm being called to Hawaii. I'm being called to the Big Island. That's Lemuria, and I know, and I've had visions of me with my twin flame, who I have not met yet, but visions of me barefoot in the grass, and we're talking to, you know, like a lot of people and doing activations and downloads. But we meet with our twin flames every night, you know, the soul partners. We meet with, it's a piece of yourself, because we're two wholes that separated at the spark of creation. And I sense in my field, I know a lot of clients I've talked to feel their twin flame too in activations. They can feel their whole body vibrating, and just picking a love song and visualizing that. I've seen myself walking down the aisle. All these things are happening. I've seen like my ring go on and all that kind of stuff. So I'm telling you guys, when you start to visualize, it's already happening in the future. And the only way to do it is right now in the present moment. And Alora, you know too, because you met your partner too. So all these things, like, you know, trusting it, having faith, and knowing it, because you feel that. You feel that connection and that bond, and it's like those higher dimensional relationships that are meant to come together, and they are, because it's already written, right? It's already happening. So we just need to know we deserve that.
And that's the thing. It's like, I couldn't have planned it. You know, like if people, like
right?
if you would have asked me 10 years ago, oh no, I said 15 years ago, anything about Vienna, Austria, I don't even know where it is. What? Where's Vienna? You know, it's like, I don't know anything about Vienna. I don't know anything about Austria. You know, it's Europe. What would I be doing in Europe? So, you know, and yeah, it was all really magical how everything happened. And I'm so grateful. You know, I'm so grateful. It was something that was meant to happen, but before it happened, I did all the other stuff, you know, like I was married twice, and, you know, worked in the government and worked in corporate, did the accounting thing. And, you know, I was like, oh my God, I could never do this for the rest of my life. You know, and it's like, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. So sometimes we know that change is coming. We know that something else is there for us, but we also have to, you know, make choices, you know, make changes. So you know, when I started to make those drastic changes in my life, nobody supported me. Everybody has heard this already, but I had no support. Like my closest friends were not there. My parents, my children were supportive. That was it, right? But nobody else, right? And it's like, wow. But I got to do what I got to do. I have to do what's right for me, right? And so even when you have no support and you feel totally alone, you never are. I always had my guides, my team, and source, spirit, God, creator. I always had that, and I knew that, and that was the only thing that was getting me going. You know, like, okay, I'm supported, I'm loved, I'm good, and you know, there's something about better for me. I didn't know what it was, right? At that time, I didn't know at all, but it's like there's something else. And even if I'm alone forever, that's fine. But I have to be true to myself, right? Listen to your, you know, listen to your heart. And I think a lot of times, you know, people are afraid of that. And, you know, I was afraid. I didn't know what the next day was going to bring. I didn't know. I had no idea. We were going from a 2-income family to just me. And it's like, oh my God, how can I afford where I was living? But it's like, I have to stay here for another year or two so my daughter can finish high school, blah, blah, blah. You know, like all the wonderful stuff, right? So I didn't want to disrupt the kids' lives, right? But I still, you know, there was fear and there was the unknown, but I trusted. I trusted my heart. I trusted my angels and guides and source. You know what? It'll all work out. That was my phrase, was it'll all work out. Follow your heart, follow your true inner knowing, not your head, not the ego, not the mind, not the fear, not the doubt, but follow your heart and trust that, and, you know, it'll all work out. But you got to keep taking action and keep moving forward, right? And doing the inner work. You got to still do the inner work. You got to still do the meditation. You got to still do the Reiki or whatever else you're doing. You still have to do that because stuff is still being cleared all the time. And so I know that people are anxious to talk to you, and I'm sure they have questions. So is this a good time to take caller questions?
Sure.
Sure.
So questions are active. I was going to do healing sessions. So just one question of what's not working out in their life, and that I have permission to work with your higher self. And then it's also, everyone's connected on this call because I've already set up the space. So if you're having the same issue of the person I'm working on, don't be upset if you're not called on, because we're all being worked on anyways, right? If you say yes, Iona has permission to work with my higher self, just by saying that now, and everyone on the replay, you're going to get what the person who physically is taking that space as, you know, kind of like the person for everyone else, right? But I'm talking to everybody, not just the person I'm talking to. So you're still getting called on, just not on, you know.
So yeah, if you don't get called on, it's okay. Just receive from everybody else too. So you can raise your hand by pressing the raise your hand button. You all know where it is. Or you can write your question in the chat. Okay. One question, one area, one issue that's not working out for you in your life. Okay. And we don't want any stories because we don't have time for that. You know, I hate to be like, mean about it, but there's not, but it's like if we want to,
Sure.
we don't have time for stories. So just get to your question. So I know that Caroline had her hand raised for a long time. So Caroline, we're going to go to you first. I'll unmute you. Hello.
Hello, hello.
There she is. Hi.
Hi, Caroline.
Hi, beautiful. I'm so happy. I already bought the package. Okay, one question today, and of course you have permission. When you speak of going back home, I just started tearing up and just started crying. In meditation, there's something that's stopping me from letting myself fall into, yeah, exactly, as you just felt. I too jolt back in, but because of those jolting back ins, my throat closes when I'm about to, and it's gotten scary, and for the past couple of years, I haven't been able to fully again. So, thank you.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, so ready.
All right, close your eyes and put your hands on your star heart, sister. And feel this energy coming in as we open up your throat chakra. Breathe in. Just feel as your throat chakra is opening, as your crown chakra is open, gold light's coming in from the creator above. Gold energy of God consciousness, your higher self, and your tailbone now. Just moving those cords and just anything that's scared. I'm scared that I might not come back in. I'm scared of being seen. I'm scared of just anything that's coming into your mind space. And I'm scared of my power. I'm scared I might not come back into this physical body. I'm scared I might not have this experience anymore. I'm scared of just negative energies out there, knowing that the Pleiadians are coming in now. Just see, sense, notice as these rainbow frequencies are coming in through your crown, just really moving into that throat chakra, sending vortexes of energy, opening that throat expansion, that magnetism energy through your voice, through that chakra, connecting it to your star heart, sister, activating your star heart, activating that universal wisdom, activating that higher self consciousness. See it in a pyramid of light, the triangle of light. And Saint Germain is lighting that flame, that fuchsia flame within. It's turning purple, green, pink, orange, yellow, back to fuchsia. And just feel as all the fear programs are leaving. I am not worthy. I'm not good enough. I don't know why I'm here. I'm confused. Just letting it all go through all lives of you, through all time, space, dimensions, all places where you exist. Release, release, release now through your feet portals, connecting you into the Earth Star chakra, connecting into your Soul Star chakra, connecting into Galactic Center now, connecting you into that consciousness, your God consciousness, connecting you into that blueprint. Everyone else listening on the call who's scared with their throat chakra, scared to go on astral travels with their family, scared of their power, scared to remember being on the starship, scared of their power of being a galactic human. You chose this before you came here in that physical body. This is just flesh. This is not you. Activating everyone's avatars now. See, notice as the sacred geometry turns on within your third eye, turns on within, it's on your face, within your cheeks and your chin, and then your throat chakra, activating those sacred geometry shapes now, connecting you into that galactic star center. And as I play my sounding bowl, just feel the energies coming in as they're going to give you downloads now, really opening up that throat to speak your truth, to not be scared, to come out of hiding, as we're releasing all the times that you were tortured, burned, stabbed, killed, hung, and just when you were outcasted, when you were left alone, when you were scared, when you were by yourself, when no one wanted to be your friend, when you were just terrified. Letting all that go now, that this is the age of the divine feminine. This is the age of Aquarius, the third golden age for you to come out of hiding. You were called to do this work. And just feel as we're starting to open up that root chakra. Breathe. Just breathe that in. That I am supported, I am safe, I am loved, that I am learning, that I'm evolving, that I'm moving into a crystalline light body, that I'm healthier, that I'm vibrant, that I'm free, that I'm having fun, that I'm returning to my inner innocence, that I'm turning back to my inner child. Just feel that, sense it, notice it. That connection with your heart, star sister, that connection with your throat and your heart. Starting to bring that magnetic resonance here to earth. Whatever you speak about, you create. Whatever you think about, whatever you put your emotions and feelings into, you create here on earth. You are needed to step forward. You are needed to stand in your power, which you are doing. There's nothing to fear. It's only love. You are love. You came here to have this human experience. You came here to show who you are through your creative expression of you. And there's only one of you out there. You're special. You're a child of God. You're having this experience. That your records are open as they're all coming in. Everyone listening on the call, that these beings are here to help you as our golden Merkabas are all activated. So we're all connecting into one consciousness, one love, one frequency. As all of our hearts are open, that it's safe for you to show who you are. Just take off that flesh. It's not you as you activate your avatars. Start to be playful with it. What does your avatar look like? What does it feel like? Is it masculine or feminine? What color are you? What sacred geometry shapes are on you? It's just like a fluid, just energy. It's not stagnant. It's a free flowing. It's moving. When you look in the mirror after this call, I want you to start to play using your inner imagination as you did as a child. What avatar are you? What do you feel like? What do you look like? Start to notice that as you look into your eyes, your soul, your higher self, knowing that you aren't even this flesh. You are this being having this human experience. You're multidimensional, that you are a creator walking here on earth, that you are eternal, you never die. You are all powerful, all knowing. Your higher self has all your information. You are your higher self. When you just connect in with your I am presence, as above, so below, connecting in with you, your sacred geometry within your heart, as your higher self's in your tailbone. You know the answer. You just close your eyes and you ask. And you listen, you wait. You see the synchronicities. You see the people, the earth angels that are all here on the call, the earth angels that are walking the earth, that are helping you through repetition, through people giving you messages. Everyone's here. Everyone has a purpose, that we all help one another as we love, as we strengthen, through understanding, no judgment. That your families and your star tribes and your soul tribes will come to you as you show yourself. Don't hide any aspect of who you are, and your tribes will come to you. Businesses are changing. Businesses are changing for light workers. They're stepping into a new reality. They're stepping into fifth dimensional energy. They're stepping into their purpose, not being scared to show who you are. Do your light work. Your tribe will come to you, and business will be successful, because everyone's awakening at different times, and they need you to create these new businesses that are thriving, because the old paradigms are crumbling. New energies are opening up for us, as they've already opened for the 11-11 and 12-12 portal. Knowing that you are here, instant manifestations are happening for all of you that are not scared and showing who you are, changing, shifting, growing, evolving. And just say, I am ready. I set the intent today that I am ready to stand in my power, to show myself, to not be scared of who I am, because I am all-knowing, all-powerful. Namaste. How do you feel? I don't hear you. Oh, there you are. No, I don't hear you.
Woo. Wow.
Are you back?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you, Caroline.
How do you feel,
I
Carol?
love you,
Can you share
Thank
with
you.
us anything? I like to ask you what, kind of share a little bit.
Yeah, there was a lot of jolting energy, but I wasn't afraid. It was just, I just let it jolt like electricity through my body, and just tears and tears were just flowing, but I wasn't crying, kind of thing. So yeah, it's just, my heart and my solar plex just almost in a pain, but not painful. Just kept wanting to open. And Laura knows me. Yeah, I know me. You know me. I've been yeah, opening for a long time and releasing all this fear for a long time. So it's my time.
So
Thank you.
tonight, what I
Yes.
want you to do is say, I would like to go on an astral travel with my guides and angels. And can I just have a softer landing next time, you know? And I'm open to all the gifts and blessings and fun that we're going to have and the learning lessons that I'm going to be going through. Just go. And so it is.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Caroline.
Thank you, my beauty. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Namaste.
Awesome. All right. So, so I know that Deborah had a question. She posted it in the chat. She said, our past is similar. I was an accountant in a very high, powerful, stressful career that ended last November when my company closed a plant. Now I'm trying to move into a new phase of my life and searching for what that is. What's my soul path, gifts and talents and purpose? What direction can you give me?
Well, you're obviously on the show for a reason, because that box was not you. So close your eyes. You already gave me permission to work with your higher self. Everyone else who's in that box, who doesn't want to be in the box, right? And just see yourself kicking those walls down, just really kicking those walls down, every corner going down, and just look at as it's opening to a new frequency, right? And just look at all the doors opening. Any door. Which door do you choose? What do you want to do? What do you like to do? And I always ask clients, what brings you joy? You already were gifted with these God gifts. What did you do as a child? How did you have fun? Do you like music? Do you like dancing? Do you like cooking? What modalities have you already learned? You're already starting to put tools in your tool belt, right? So what would you like to create? This is the possibilities are endless, right? So everyone on the call who feels like that, I'm in this job, I'm in this rat race, I don't want to be here anymore, it's not my calling, I feel like I want to work with people. So you get to choose. Do you want to be on camera? Do you want to do Zoom calls? Do you want to teach classes? Do you want to do it, with people in person? Do you want to do it internationally? Do you see yourself like on stage working with people this way? Do you see yourself starting out? Because this is the thing, when they show you the big picture, we always go like, oh no, I can't do that. I'm just going to be in this little area over here. I don't want to be like that expansive. But start to notice that with yourself. As I call in Goddess Isis, putting you in a purple pyramid of light. So you're flying down with her wings. As she's putting her wings around you, she's putting you in this cocoon of light. As you're going to be going through your metamorphosis right now. As you're receiving an activation from her. And she's playing her ankh now, and just feel these light codes going into your body, into your sacral chakra, which is your creative energy, into your star heart sister, into your root chakra for finances, for abundance, as she's activating the alchemy codes within everyone who has the same issue, activating that now, the alchemy codes. And just see the notes coming in. See the sacred geometry shapes coming in, or feel it, sense it, notice it. Feel the vibrations as I play my sounding bowl. That she's going to give you insight. This is a thing. A lot of us ask like for a direct answer, and this is a thing. You get to create. There's so many realities happening that they're going to show you through this activation. The activation is just not for this call. This activation could be happening for the next 24 hours. So when you're in the dream time, you're going to be going on these journeys with these beings of light that want to help you. And they're going to show you, they're going to give you a remembrance of where you came from, and they're going to give you just little breadcrumbs. And the journey is to follow it, to have fun, to play, to see the synchronistic events. This is the fun thing is they don't give you the whole picture. They have you start to walk, take action, start to trust, start to pray, start to talk to them and form these relationships. So know that Goddess Isis is one of your guides. She wants you to start putting yourself in that pyramid of light, Mother, Father, God, sounding through that. And she's asking you to pick a song to sing. And whatever you start to visualize in your inner imagination, you get to create. So start to feel that as we're opening up your heart chakra now and everyone on the call. Envision yourself in that pyramid. It's a sounding chamber. breathe those codes in. Breathe that healing in. Bring that alchemy in. Your divine birthright is to create, to have fun, to channel with these beings. Whatever you used to like to do before anyone told you no, that you can't do that. What was your dreams? What were your aspirations? If it didn't have anything to do with money and you just had fun playing all day, what would it be? Because then it doesn't feel like a job. You're plurking. We call it playing and working. You're plurking. We're supposed to have fun. We're supposed to create. We're supposed to help one another. Doesn't matter where you live in the country. You can have anything that you can envision. You're that powerful. To know that you are all deserving, all loving, all knowing. You are here having this human experience, but you're not really here. We're not solid. We're having this human experience, but we're in multiple realities simultaneously. So which channel do you choose to tune into? To the upbeat channel or the worry channel? So I choose to be on the upbeat channel, to know that they're not going to give you the big picture, to trust, follow the inner guidance, sit in meditation, call your higher self into your tailbone, and start to ask questions, and the universe is listening. So you don't try to figure out with your monkey mind or the type A personality or on the hamster wheel, because you just go in circles and you get dizzy. You move your consciousness into your heart, and you put your hands on your star heart, and you start to talk. So when you're sitting in meditation, start to talk to Goddess Isis and ask her, why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? What's my God-given gifts? What's my path? And you start to ask open-ended questions. She's going to start to bring that to you, just like she is on this activation, knowing this is for 24 hours. So after this, just sitting in meditation, knowing that you are all powerful and you are all knowing. Only you know the answer. We can guide you towards that, but knowing that only you know the answer. Start to feel that. Start to know that. Start to trust in yourself, that your higher self is guiding you each and every day to listen through the silence, listen through the pauses, listen when you're in nature. And you're going to know when something feels good, when you're light in your body. If it doesn't feel right, it feels heavy. So your body is an inner guidance system throughout the day. And you know, if you're hanging around someone that makes you, that just has kind of just lower than light energies, and just choose to, sit somewhere else. Or if your work's kind of, bogging you down and you just feel like it's too much and, my back always hurts, I'm typing too much or whatever, anything, you can choose something different, and start to think about that. How can my job change? Maybe I want to work remotely. Maybe I only want to work 3 days a week and then, maybe 2 days in the office, or have just 4 days and have, Friday and Saturday and Sunday off. You get to choose what reality you want to have. So knowing that you are deserving and worthy to have any reality that you want in your consciousness. There is no fear. There is no lack. And you just get to choose. Do I choose to live in this house? Do I want to live in an apartment? Where do I want to live? Do I want to travel the world? There's a lot of people too traveling the world, taking their kids to homeschooling. That's a big thing too, knowing that you can have any reality you choose to have. What's more important to you, your time or money? Your energy? So you get to choose. Everyone's different. We're all at different frequencies. We're all at different consciousness. We're all wanting different things in our lives, and you can have any reality you choose. So start to think about that as you journal. Start to think about, what would you like to have in your life? What's not working out for you? Have a pros and cons list. That's a big thing. And then you're going to start to see what's not working out for me, what is, who's around, who's in my inner circle, who's not. Who would I like to start to have? You get to choose new friends. I chose to have new friends come into my life because I choose to have a healthy life. I choose to have spiritually like-minded souls, because I know when I enter a room with high vibe people just like you guys are, I have fun here. I like to be in this energy. I like to play in this frequency. I like to be high vibe, positive energy, love frequency, that we're all here having this human experience. But we're not here, like I said, I keep saying, to reiterate that to you guys, we're not really here. So what reality do you choose to have? Namaste.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that question, Deborah. Let us know how that was for you. Okay, just write it in the chat. Let us know. In the meantime, we're going to go to Stacy. Stacy, I'll go ahead and unmute you. There you go. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Hi.
Hi, I don't know. This language is all
Hi.
new to me, so I guess my question would be is, how do you find out? You said like, oh gosh, light seeds. You named all these different things that people are when they come into this world. How do you find out what you are?
Well, when I do your activation, when we go through, that's actually, I do that in a 30-minute session.
Okay.
We go through the Stargate, and then I just call in the beings of light. So they just start to channel where I hear information coming in, and then I could see visuals through my inner imagination. And then they just tell me, like, where you come, because I'm talking to your higher self. I ask for permission to work with your higher self, and then I let you know where you come from, your star families, and then even with the angels, ascended masters, and different beings, you know, like magical creatures, whatever wants to come forward for you during that activation and reading will come in.
Okay.
So that's how I find out, is by my higher self talking to your higher self. So we both sit in our timeout chairs, and Iona's not speaking to you. It's my higher self speaking to your higher self, because, you know, I don't know everything. My higher self does.
Okay. That sounds awesome. I just worked with Alara for the first time, so this is all new to me. So I'm doing the things you sent me. I'm on day 3. So
Awesome.
thank you.
Good. Awesome. Thank you, Stacy. Yeah, and so for some people this might be all brand new, right? But just be open to it, you know, be open to it, see how it feels for you, right? And just allow yourself to be in these processes that Iona's been doing. They've been so powerful already, the ones we've done. Do we have time for one more?
Sure. And then I'm going to do a group process.
Yeah.
How much time do we have?
As long as you want.
I'm trying to look at my phone. It's right in front of me. It's funny. I do that all the time because I am not here, guys. I'm like somewhere else.
It's
okay.
12:53, I think.
Okay.
I always have to say I think, because like time zones, you know, it's like I think that's the time zone. All right, so
Okay.
Falcon, I'm gonna go ahead and unmute you. You wanted to be unmuted, so I'm gonna go ahead and unmute you. We'll try it. I can't unmute you, Falcon. Oops, maybe I can.
Oh, thank
Hello?
you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. It might be a root chakra issue. It could be a throat chakra. That's where I'm feeling blockages, but it's affecting so many things. I'm like having big emotional surges, and I'm having health issues, and I'm just, can you get to the bottom of this, please?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have permission to work with your higher self? Just say yes.
I did say yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you. There's a lag within the technology.
Yeah.
Okay, put your hands on your heart chakra and put it on your root chakra in front.
Got it.
And just feel as your crown's opening, as God source energy is coming in, gold energy, as Mother Mary's coming in, bringing nurturing energies to your heart space. Just emotional trauma that you've been through all lives of you, through all time and space, through all realities, dimensions, space, galaxies, all places where you exist, everyone else on the call who's having heart, emotional issues, and also physical issues, because you received physical issues because you had an emotional imbalance in your body from trauma that you went through. So anytime as a child that you were felt less than, felt neglected, felt that you were doing too much, felt that you weren't appreciated, just any timelines of you where this energy was in your heart chakra, releasing that now through your star portals. Anytime that you felt uneasy in your belly, every time that you felt that I'm not being supported, every time that you felt that sexuality is your creation energy, every time that you felt like it was dirty, just letting that go now. Any times that you were taught that through being a child in any lives of you, through religion, through any times of parents not being, doing body shame or talking about it or not talking about it, anyone listening on the call that has the same issue, just releasing that now. Anytime that you went through any trauma through any life of you where you were not, standing in your power, where you were less than, where you could have been taken advantage of, anything like that, letting that go now. Anytime that you felt that you didn't have a voice, letting that go now. Anyone on the call too that has the same issue, because there's a lot of people who have been abused, either mentally, sexually, emotionally, abused, physically, letting all that go now, all trauma through all lives of you, through all of us, all goddesses and gods, because it also happens to men. Anyone that had that relationship issues with their kundalini energies, with their sexual energies, with their god and goddess energies, and just really balancing that out now. And as I play my sounding bowl, I want you to connect the root and heart chakra just by bringing your higher self-consciousness into your tailbone, and everyone listening, into your tailbone, call it in just by saying higher self, go into your tailbone now, and just really connecting in that kundalini energy as the golden dolphins are going to come up and start to move that energy, that playfulness, right? Because our creative energy is our sexual energy, right? Our chi, our life force, our prana. Moving that up and down as you're moving that energy up your kundalini, up and down, connecting in the heart consciousness and the root chakra. So And just breathe in those codes of light. Just letting go of all the sadness, all the anger, all the frustration, all the resentment, all the guilt, all the shame. Letting it all go now as you're replacing that within your cellular memory of happiness, joy, laughter, bliss, abundance, peacefulness, calm, liberation, and just balance, harmony. You just feel as your body's starting to program that within your frequency, within your consciousness, knowing that all is well. Start telling a different story. I know sometimes it's hard because you're sitting in that pain or that frustration or that sadness or that emotional upset, but start to visualize a different story. Start to tell a different story. Start to talk to your body. I love you. What's the lesson in this? I choose to let it go now because I don't feel that vibration anymore, because I choose to love myself. I choose to sit in a higher frequency. I love my body. I love my soul. I love all my cells, that my cells are vibrating at this consciousness. I want you to start to shake your body. Start to move it. Whatever direction it wants to go, don't try to resist it. Just let your body move. Your body wants to move. Your body wants to play. Is it's shaking out all the old energies and just coming into a new frequency. Your divine birthright is to be healthy. Lower frequencies are third dimensional energies. When you choose to sit in a higher frequency of the fifth dimension, there is no sickness, there is no pain, there is no aging, there is no lack consciousness. It's all connected. There is no sadness. When you're in a higher frequency, there's only joy, love, laughter, bliss, abundance, fun, playfulness. There's only perfect health. A lot of people that you notice that are healers and light workers, don't they look young? Because they play all the time, they have fun, they're sitting in the higher frequencies. We don't age. I mean, you still got to cover our grays and stuff like that, but we don't age because we're sitting in that frequency of higher dimensional energies, because we're playing, we're having fun. In the old time of Atlantis and Lemuria, we did not age. When we lived in the galactic spaces, we did not age. We lived a long time. We're moving back into that consciousness now. We're moving back into that frequency that our body's listening to how we speak. So if you feel old, if you're noticing there's other people too in their 90s who are still doing Pilates, yoga, running marathons, and look at them because they have that playfulness. They're like children in those adult bodies because they're not that body. Your body's responding to what you say, what you think, what you feel. So just start to feel love, start to feel acceptance, start to feel peace, start to feel tranquility, and see how your body responds. Start to send love, loving thoughts to your body, kind words to your body. Namaste.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
Oh, I've just been crying, but it's good. Good release.
Good. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Falcon.
You're welcome.
I'll mute you. All right, awesome. Thank you. So, it's just interesting. I've been feeling like fire all over my face. So, I just checked now. Am I all red? No, I'm not. I'm okay. I'm not too red, but I've been feeling so much heat all over. It's been interesting, as well as all sorts of other stuff. But that's the biggest thing right now. Okay, maybe I'm a little red in the cheeks, but it's all good. It'll pass. This too shall pass. It's all releasing, etc. So thirsty now. Yes, drink. I just want to tell you that Deborah had said, wow, that was great. I felt high vibrations, seeing Goddess Isis, bright lights, and excited thoughts of a million possibilities. It's all possible is a message that, thank you both. Oh, you're so welcome. Good.
Thank you. That's awesome.
I do have
That's pretty. I like it.
I know, right? I need it. It's oh my God. Yeah. So awesome. Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
everyone's
you.
releasing. I see a lot of ladies saying they're crying. A lot of us are releasing like trapped emotions, you know, things that we went through, torment that we went through, abuse we went through. I mean, not just in this life, all lives, you know. So it's good, you guys. You're releasing, you're crying, just let it go, just let it all go, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just let it go and drink lots of water,
Yeah.
you know, so if you can, that would be awesome. All right, so Iona, do you want to do the activation first, or do you want to talk about your special offer first?
I can't look at my special offer because I'm on here. Is there any way that you'd be able to do it? I'm sorry. And then I'll do the activation because then we're going to get spaced out and then probably take a nap or something.
Yeah, exactly. No, I get it. All right, so for those of you who are on the live page, you can just click on special offer. Those of you who are not, you can go to alara.at/show/Iona2. I'm just gonna open it up here. Oops, I had it open. Here we go. And so there's two packages, package A and package B. Package A has 8 MP3s plus 2 bonus MP3s, as well as 14 days of remote healing, and as well as 90 days of the Golden Love Capsule. And then package B includes all of that plus a 30-minute healing session with Iona. So Iona, did you want me to talk about the MP3s?
Not really. They could just read it because that's kind of the part. I'd rather just get to the fun stuff, right? Because we're already in that high frequency.
Yeah.
And if they're gonna, you know, yeah, that's fine. And
Exactly.
then let's just do the and then you know, go back home, right? Who wants to go back home? I do.
Absolutely. So if you have any questions about the special offer, just type in the chat, but let's do the activation because we know that, you know, it's going to be awesome, right? So get centered, be in your heart space the best you can, expand out, and let's do it.
Everyone breathe in and do this too because we're going to open our heart center. So put your thumbs up and then interlock the rest of your fingers like the house in the steeple, right? And then just put it right in front of your heart and just open your lotus petal. And breathe in. Imagine God's love and light, gold energy coming in. Breathe in, all is well. And breathe out, all insecurities, all worry, all less than light energies. Breathe in, God energies, God consciousness energies, you are God. And breathe out, any less than light energies. One more time. Breathe in, God energies. And breathe out, less than light energies, fear programs. I'm not good enough. What's happening? I'm scared. I'm confused. Just, that's your mind. Your mind's scared and confused because your mind's like, what's happening? And I'm going to talk really fast so that you don't try to be in the hamster wheel. Everyone sit on your timeout chair. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to your higher self. As all higher selves are coming together now, as we're all moving into this higher state of consciousness, our God source, our God creator. We are creator, we are God, we are goddess. We are all one. We are one consciousness, tapping into the universal wisdom of all that is. I love consciousness, that frequency. And just feel, sense, notice as Archangel Metatron activates everyone's golden Merkaba on the call and on the replay, because there is no time or space where we're at. As he activates our star codes within, as he activates your blueprints, as he activates, everyone's asking, why am I here? You know why you're here. And you're going to get even more of a clear understanding as we do this activation, because it's channeled. I'm not talking. Iona sat in her timeout chair. My higher self is talking to your higher self. Just really moving those energies now as we're activating the God consciousness within your sacred star hearts now, activating everyone's sacred star hearts. And just envision it, triangle shape. As we're all moving into our stargates now, moving into our golden bubbles of light, going up higher and higher through our stargates, higher and higher through our golden bubbles of light, going out, coming out the other end now, the Milky Way galaxy at the great central sun at the source of creation, where we were all created here. Everyone's ancestors stepping forward as we're releasing the old programs of our ancestors, as they're all holding you in the center. You're in the center and your ancestors are all holding their hands together, and they're all in the gold energy as their hearts are open, and they're sending you frequencies now, breaking those old paradigms, breaking those old patterns, breaking those lifetime cycles. You are their golden child in this third golden age, that they are proud of you, that they are excited that you are making this commitment, that you are doing your inner healing work. You are moving into whatever you want to move into. And the thing is, you can be anywhere you want to be. You can have anything you want to have. It's what brings you joy and happiness, and that's it. It's not about the money. It's not about the fame. It's not about any of that stuff. It's not about where you live, what kind of car you drive, any of that stuff. We're just programmed. It is about who you are inside. How are you making a difference in someone's life today? How are you bringing a smile to someone else? How are you helping someone less fortunate? How are you just standing in your power just by being you, by showing who you are, being vulnerable, by crying with someone else, by helping another star sister or star brother? We are all family here. We are not separate. We're in this body, but we're not this body. So as you're in your Stargate now, as you're in the field of all possibilities, as I say the star family's name, feel it in your body, sense it, notice it. If you're a seer, see them coming forward. If you're hearing, if you're clairaudient, hear them doing light language with you as you're activating those, and you're going to hear a switch turn on. If you're clairaudient, then you're going to hear it. If you're clear knowing, you're going to know it. If you're clairsentient, you're going to feel the vibrations in your body. And if you're empath, you're just going to feel everything. But just be in your bubble of light, because you only want to feel your activation. I meant everything that you're feeling within yourself, because put yourself in your golden bubble and just be there. Be you. Be present with this now. So as I say their name, listen, feel, sense, notice what is. You're going to start to open your consciousness as we're tapping in with your I am presence now, connecting into the Earth Star chakra, connecting into your Soul Star chakra, connecting into all that is, connecting into your galactic star families now. Arcturians, Sirians, Palladians, Andromedians, Blue Rays. Just feel that. The vibrations are coming in. The knowing is coming in. If you're getting tears of joy or sadness or anything that's coming through, and just all range of emotions, they're moving that through your bodies now. Remembering as we're activating that within you, your consciousness, as the golden dolphins and whales come in to activate that consciousness within you, returning home, returning to Atlantis, returning to Lemuria. A lot of us are being called to different sacred sites. A lot of us are being called to Hawaii, which is Lemuria, Mount Shasta, which is Lemuria, different pieces, aspects, different, even out in Australia, New Zealand, just all around the world. Just see yourself as you're looking down now around the world. What is shining for you? Where are they pinpointing where you'd like to be? And even if you're in your same location, it doesn't matter. You don't need to move somewhere. I'm just saying, some of us are being called forward to go to those locations, to stand there on that ground. Just by your presence being there, you're already shifting the energy there. By you doing your light work, by you doing your healing, you're being there. By you, a lot of people are, painters, chefs, musicians, environmentalists, other people starting retreat centers. See that, vision it right now, envision it. Starting retreat centers, where do you want to be? What do you want to do? A lot of people are holistic healers, doctors of medicine, medical intuitives. How are you going to start to shift your practice to bring more of they call it new age, but it's ancient age, because you did that in past lives, connecting in with the natives now, connecting in with the natives through the past, as we're bringing in those timelines now, connecting in with them, connecting in with the earth energy, the elementals, connecting in with the star, the moon, bringing that frequency in, connecting in with Mayan energy, Aztec energy, connecting in with the Native Americans, connecting in with the tribal energy, connecting in with that, connecting in with the dolphin energy, the Syrian Atlantean energy, as we're bringing that forward now. And just look down as you're looking at the sacred waters within the sacred temples of light as they're showing themselves to you. Those of you that can see or feel, seeing it now, the sacred light temples activating at the sacred sites. And then now look above in the galactic space. It's also connecting with that energy as they're bringing the crystalline energy down. Just see the rainbows of light coming in, the gold frequencies, the green, the purple, and just there's different colors I can't even describe because they're not human. Just see the light rays coming in through those sacred sites and see it as a triangular. Again, you're in a sounding chamber, triangular shape, going to sacred sites, and then now going into your multidimensional star heart as it's being activated to crystalline frequencies, fifth dimensional energies and higher. Breathe. And as I play my sounding bowl, notice that you're getting activations. Light codes are coming in. Those of you that can hear the light codes coming in. Those of you that can hear with the angelic frequencies, the earth angels that are here on the call, hearing the harps, hearing that information. You all had a sacred song come in when you were born. Listen to that song. Feel the vibration. Notice it. Sense it. They're having you remember where you come from, remembering why you're here, remembering your purpose, your passion. And it's just to be happy. It's just to bring joy. It's to bring help to others, to be of service. It's to be love and light. We all come together as one big happy family. It's Ohana, you guys. And just feel the Ohana energies of Hawaii too, the rainbow crystalline energies of Pleiadians are bringing the rainbow frequencies through all of our star hearts that are connected as we're all receiving information in our own way. So just feel that. Just breathe as we're really opening up our throat. Whatever you want to manifest, you create through the magnetic resonance of your throat chakra. Your voice has power, sound, vibration. As you hold your star heart, start to speak words into creation. Look in the mirror and talk to your higher self. Start to speak about the new life, future speak, because it's already happening in the future. This reality is happening right now in the present moment, and this is what we have right now. To focus on what we want to create in the future, those are happening simultaneously. So whatever you speak about as you future speak, you create. Where do you want to go? What do you want to be? What are your dreams? What are your aspirations? What are your desires? What are you passionate about? When you're passionate about something, it doesn't feel like work. You are having fun. You are playing and working at the same time. You could spend so many hours doing this because you enjoy doing it. It's not a struggle. It's free flowing. It's abundance. It's health. It's vitality. It's restoration of your cells. Your cells are listening. Just feel as we're bringing this energy, as everyone's receiving this energy of this crystal. Just move this into your heart chakra just by bringing the energy and putting it into your heart. We're coming back to Lemuria. We're coming back to Atlantis. We're coming back. This is a third golden age. We are moving into this frequency. This is coming forward to the new earth, the new world order. And it's love. It's light. It's freedom. It's liberation. There is nothing to fear. There's nothing to be worried about. There's nothing to process on the hamster wheel. You're on your timeout chair. Your higher self already knows. Start to sit in meditation with your higher self and start to ask it. What will bring me happiness? What will bring me joy? What's my purpose? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing in life? And you just sit there and then you just be in peace and gratitude, because when you're in peace and gratitude, everything starts to work out for you because you're starting to be happy for other people. You're starting to notice the blessings in your life. What do you have right now that brings you joy and happiness? Start to make a laundry list of all that. What brings you gratitude? What are you grateful for? I'm grateful that I'm alive today. I'm grateful that I'm able to speak to crowds of people. I'm grateful that the message is getting out there. I'm grateful that all these beings are being able to channel through me because I'm not doing it. I step off my pedestal. I sit in my timeout chair. It's not Iona speaking to you. It's her higher self speaking to your higher self. And we are all love. We are all God's children. No one is more special than anyone else. We all have certain gifts to bring forward. So do not make yourself feel less than anyone else, because you're not. You are special. You are love. You are light. Think about how innocent you were as a child. Bring that innocence back here now. Realize how you speak to children. You would never speak to a baby that way, so why do you speak to yourself that way? You are rebirthing into this new baby, this new being of light. So speak to your inner baby, your inner child, with love, with passion, with reverence, and just feel the omnipresence of who you are, who you chose to be, who you came here to be, who you are today. And start to say positive things to yourself and notice a difference in the way you feel, how your body reacts to you. Because your body's listening to your frequency, your body's listening to your emotional state, your body's listening to your vibration and the sound that comes through your voice as you connect your throat and your heart and your root chakra to manifest anything that you want to create. Nothing is off limits. You have superpowers that are coming forth, and these new that Gaia is her own being of light, that she is bringing this forward for you. As we're starting to notice more energies coming into the world, we're starting to notice the sacred geometry shapes coming in. We're starting to notice the light languages coming in, the frequencies. That a lot of you on the call are already living your birthright. You're already living your divine purpose. And it's just to be happy, to smile from within, to radiate through your eyes, to send love to another human being, to have compassion, to have understanding for others that are suffering. We don't need to suffer anymore. As we all come into one family, one consciousness, one love, we start to raise the frequency of Earth and Gaia, which is so needed right now. Thanking the star families, thanking your ancestors, thanking the beings of light, thanking the masters, the angels, the fairies, the realms, everyone that was here, the Marian Atlantis energies, the dolphin energy. You for being on the calls, making a difference. Everyone is needed. No one is less than anyone else. So know that we are all needed to come together as one frequency, one love, again, one consciousness. Moving down through your golden bubbles of light, moving down through your stargates now, getting closer and closer to the earth plane where you exist, taking all this information, all this awareness, all this knowledge, that this activation is for 24 hours as you listen, but there is no time or space, so you can choose what you want to have in your reality. Coming back down, getting closer and closer to your physical body, coming back in, recalibrating, reharmonizing, rewiring you, the joy, freedom, love, bliss, liberation from guilt, fear, shame, and letting go of all that body image, letting it all go now that you are perfect the way you are. Namaste, star family. I love you.
Wow. Yeah, that was super powerful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
So everybody drink lots of water. Definitely drink lots of water. You can go back, they can go back and listen to this activation again, right? If they would like.
Yes.
I can't really talk.
If you need to ground, because we're not really here, it's hard to come back, I know, because we want to stay there. But go hug a tree, go in the grass, the dirt, barefoot, or just really call your higher self back into your tailbone. Really come back in. And if you feel like you need to take a nap, drink water, eat healthy, stay away from negative people. I'm just kidding. I'm in my house, so I'm safe. But just being present here in the moment. And I just thank you everyone for being on the call. Thank you, Laura, for having me. And it just makes me so happy when we all come together, a lot of the sisters and brothers, and this is exciting,
Yeah.
and I love what I do, and I just love being with all you guys on the call, because you all set a frequency by we're all here together having this human experience, and just starting to go down the rabbit hole more and getting to experience yourself, and just playing more, do things that are fun, and just have a great weekend. The weekend's coming up. I'm gonna go hiking with my kids. I'm super excited to do that. We're gonna cut. Yes, I'm cutting work and they're cutting school. Just kidding.
Why not?
But yes, that's what it's about, because I'm going to take them on school on the outside, outdoors. Yeah. That's what it's about. And they're going to have so much fun. And it's a mommy and daughter and son experience. So let's play with your kids more, have fun, play with your animal friends and the universal energies that are here, and start to ask your star family to take you on astral journeys. And they will, because they're waiting for you to ask them. They're just twiddling their thumbs like, hey, I want to do this. I want to have this experience. They're going to do it with you. And just not to be scared, because they're here to help you. And they're all love and light. And they're very futuristic, and they're just here to support us and help us evolve to that new dimensional energy. That's the 5th dimension and higher. We go to the 12th dimension and higher through the Stargate. So you can choose where you want to go.
Absolutely. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you everybody for being with us today. Thank you for all your questions. That activation was super powerful. All the processes that Iona did with the callers as well were just as powerful. Receive, receive, receive. If you'd like to work with Iona personally one-on-one, definitely get package B. Both of the packages are available at alara.at/show/Iona2. It's going to be powerful and magical, so why not take advantage of it? I'm like just buzzing, just totally buzzing, I'm like I'm blissed out. I love it. So thank you so much, Iona. I'm so glad that Caroline told me about you. Yay, Caroline.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. So have a great day. Have a great afternoon, evening, weekend. And until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.